Okay, Cloud Foundry Foundation Technical Oversight Committee for the 20th of September 2022. Agenda for today then, actions from last week, which was nothing really. Just to remind folks, which you did, we've got one PR and review and then an update from the App Runtime Deployments Working Group. Is there anything else to go on there that I have missed? No? Cool. Let's have a very quick look at the PR because I think it is only a small one. This is 325 transfer Bosch bootloader to App Runtime Deployments. I figured this might be a good place to talk about it. Wait, no, this is App Runtime, not App Interfaces. I got the wrong working group. Yes. Oh, wait, no, it is. Sorry. Yes. Ruben?
Yeah, I mean, that's still, I think Friday we had our internal prioritization meeting within VMware, and that's when that thing got prioritized. I don't know how highly it got prioritized, like because the transfer is not going to happen, as in the plan forward would be to split it up. So do a bit of a refactor, split it out into some Terraform things, and that like each team will take care of the things that they have knowledge about. But that requires a bit more work, so it needs to be prioritized. And it's a thing that involves multiple teams. So we should probably close this PR as is because it's not going to happen in that form. Okay.
Would you mind closing off with a couple of lines explanation? Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, we'll do that.
Okay, news just in. 406.
Yep, I saw a few issues with the automation, and after going through the last 4 weeks of action logs, I found out the reason is the wrong type of braces on repo stack in the Cloud Foundry YAML, and that's why the org automation. That's why also the spicy PR was merged, but it did not get into effect. So when we now fix it, interesting things may happen. Let's say it like this. Yeah, because now the real deletion of all the teams will take place.
Excellent. Is there a tiny test we can write?
Well, it's a Cloud Foundry YAML. I have all validation for the workgroup files, etc. But for the Cloud Foundry YAML itself, there's no validation. I mean, if there would be a JSON schema available from github.com, then I could add it, and it would do. That's no problem. But I don't have one at hand. I haven't also not looked for it. No, it's not from GitHub. It's from Peripolos.
Yeah,
and this is doesn't exist, I guess.
Yeah, and ideally that whole file doesn't exist, right? Like eventually.
One thought I had, maybe it would be better to add this team to the working group as a area without repositories. But then, of course, the team name would change. I don't know if that's acceptable. You would need to reconfigure your Concourse. Then we won't have this problem, and the teams list would be empty. Maybe you can think about it. I mean, if we merge this PR, this team is now there, but we could get back to a clean list if we would add a new area which has no repos, just members. Should work out. If not, we can massage the automation until it works out. But
yeah, that seems like a good way forward. We'll make a PR to do that.
In the meantime, I think this only needs Ruben's approval. Is that right?
I think so. The content approval was there. It's just, yeah, it's a syntax error, basically. So I just don't want to merge it without a second. And I want to make you aware that this one may enable now the non-standard team deletion. It might fail again, because there's a the initial spicy PR merge failed because the amount of change was bigger than, I don't know, X%, and then Peribolus needs a special parameter to allow such big changes. We will see if that happens again. Maybe parts of the team deletions were done until it failed. I don't know. Then I would file another PR and add this command line flag in the GitHub action.
Yeah, that is merged in now. So
okay, then I think until end of the week we should have a green org automation again.
Perfect. Okay, that's everything in our PRs. It's time to hear from the App Runtime Deployments working group.
Yes, so hello again, everyone. Then let me share. Just got a last minute Zoom update. Yeah. Okay, so I think quite a lot happened since last time. So we are working, of course, on our daily business. So this is here our list of assets, CF deployments, acceptance tests, smoke tests, and a few more repositories. And yeah, these get their regular updates just as before. Tools are updated, Go versions, and in CF deployment, we are now at 21.9. Yeah, this is all fine. What's now happening and causing quite a lot of effort is the migration from the old VMware owned release integration, so the VMware Concourse, to our new working group Concourse. So you see, we've managed so far to migrate these pipelines, which belong to the working group. The VMware Concourse hosts more pipelines which do not belong to us. Most of them are running already as intended. We all, for example, managed to ship a Cloud Foundry acceptance tests release with the new pipeline. I think we also, we shipped one smoke tests release. Updating Bosch releases also basically works. Just the CF deployment, well, the biggest and most complex pipeline. Here we have not made it yet to the end to ship a new major or minor version. So there was some trouble that Concourse was not scaled appropriately. There were only 2 workers, which was way too slow. And now we are running with more workers. And it turned out that some of the testing environments, so the Bosch Bootstrap loader environments, are not working. We are trying to work together with Carsten and Dave from VMware to fix those issues. And then hopefully we are soon ready to ship our first release from our working group Concourse. So yeah, that was one major story. And the next story, which is also still a bit early in development, is the update to the Jammy stemcell. That is, we want to migrate from Bionic to Jammy as a default stemcell for all CF deployment releases. Here, Carsten has already started to create a first validation pipeline, which runs everything on Jammy and which is green. And yeah, now we need to migrate this into the release pipeline as a default, and then we should be soon ready to cut our first Jammy release. Yeah, so these were our main efforts. Of course, if you want to know more, you can have a look at our project board here. Here's a collection of all open issues and pull requests. So yeah. Okay, so that that's it. Any questions?
Do you have an expected date for the switch over to defaulting onto Jammy?
Well, I can't give you an exact date. So I mean, we have validated pretty much everything. It's more getting this integrated into the release pipeline. I would expect in the next few weeks, maybe. So we also have backlog items in our backlog items in our SAP backlog for this story, but it may take a few sprints. Yeah, I can't give you an exact date, of course.
No, that's fair. That's fair. Thank you.
Yeah. Good. Anything else?
Nope. Guess not.
Okay.
Brilliant. Thank you very much for that. Right, that brings us to the end of what we had written down today. Any other business from anybody else?
Chris or Ram, any more updates on CF Day? I know that's coming up in now about a month.
Yeah, there's lots of things happening behind the scenes. We've got the initial schedule out, but there will be some revisions out of that, some things being fleshed out there. Tomorrow we will release a sign-up schedule for the Cloud Foundry booth at KubeCon. And one relevant fact of this is that folks who sign up for the first, I think 5 folks who sign up for 3 spots will get their KubeCon passes comped retroactively if needed. So that's a nice thing for your company, more than for you. But so yeah, we're looking forward to getting that scheduled. We are finalizing the handouts for content for both Carethi and Paketo today. We're getting those in. So things are moving along. We have a meeting tomorrow with the events team, so more things will get discussed then. But as of right now, things look on track and looking forward to it.
Good to hear. Good to hear. Any more for any more? No. Brilliant. Well, let's wrap up. Which group are we hearing from next week?
Should be Paul with vulnerability management.
Ah, yes, of course. Do you mind checking in with Paul?
Yeah, I'll give him a reminder on Monday.
Brilliant. Okay, folks, let us wrap up there. Have a good week, everyone, and we'll see you next week. Ciao for now.
See you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.